Is there a better way to start off 2025 than having a comically aloof genius inventor, his guardian angel personified dog, and their criminal mastermind arch nemesis Penguin providing a reminder to make sure that you put your phones, tablets, and all your other tech conveniences down and go touch grass? Well, that's exactly what we get in the hilariously wholesome Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Fowl. After the infamous Feathers McGraw's plot to steal the blue sapphire is thwarted by genius inventor Wallace and his top dog companion Gromit, the criminal mastermind is sentenced to spend the rest of his days imprisoned at a local zoo. As Wallace continues his life's work of inventing, Gromit becomes increasingly concerned about his best friend's deepening reliance on technology. Gromit's concerns are proven right when Wallace's latest invention, Norbot, quickly descends into evil under the secret manipulation of Feathers McGraw, who is out for vengeance, most foul. So I've always been generally aware of the Wallace and Gromit franchise. When I was a youngling coming up, the movies would sometimes be playing in the background of a friend's house. It would catch my eye and I would be enamored by the silly adventures of the aloof inventor Wallace and his dog Gromit, who, if we're being real, is the only reason why Wallace's inventions haven't gotten him killed. Well, this week I had an opportunity to watch my first Wallace and Gromit movie, and yeah, it's the exact type of wholesome fun I always believed it to be. It goes without saying that the stop motion animation is top notch. The fluidity of the character movement and their expressive nature is unbelievably impressive. Feathers McGraw and Gromit don't have a word of dialogue, but you understand everything they're thinking and feeling by the furrow of an eyebrow or the emotion emanating from their eyes. And in addition to the great animation, the movie is actually quite funny. It's the type of movie that keeps a grin on your face for its entire runtime, especially when you're watching Gromit's reactions of frustration and bewilderment to Wallace's every gaffe, or Feathers' attempts at escape from his zoo prison. I would argue that this is actually Gromit's and Feathers' movie, even with Wallace's inventions of Norbot being the catalyst that sets the plot in motion. And let's talk about Norbot for a moment. Norbot is a garden gnome robot that Wallace created to do tasks he thinks Gromit would rather not do. What Wallace doesn't realize is that while he may revel in the idea of inventing ways to never have to lift a finger to do day-to-day tasks, Gromit is more than willing and actually enjoys working with his hands. Gromit is a personification of touching grass in this movie. Sure, he uses some of the conveniences that Wallace has created, but he's never so attached to them that he forgets the value of being outside amongst nature. And what if this technology fell into the wrong hands? Hilariously, the movie answers that exact question for us. So from his prison cell, zoo cell, Feathers McGraw sees Wallace and Gromit on TV with Norbot. Feathers hatches a plan, no pun intended, to corrupt Norbot by evil geniusing his way into Norbot's programming and adjusting his behavior setting to evil and setting him on a rampage in the town. Which begs the question, Wallace, my brother in Christ, why do you even have an evil setting in Norbot? No, like seriously. Why would you even do that? I mean, Wallace goes to prison almost for the chaos that Norbot causes. You know a good way to make sure your invention won't turn evil? Not including an evil setting in its programming. So the rest of the movie we follow Gromit as he tries to stop Norbot and Feathers McGraw from stealing back the blue sapphire and landing Wallace in jail. There are some hilarious action sequences. Norbot gets into all types of trouble and he becomes way more of a problem than even I thought that he would end up becoming. It almost becomes a Skynet Terminator situation, but under the control of Feathers McGraw. Feathers McGraw is actually one of the funnest villains that you're probably going to see this year. No lie, he's actually legitimately that fun to watch. And the most interesting part about it is that he literally has no dialogue. I had a great time with this movie and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a wholesome and hilarious adventure, all wrapped up in about 90 minutes. With that being said, let me know what you thought of Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Fowl in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys next time.